Hi everyone, I hope you're all well and are staying safe. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Miss Lebesque and I'm the year band leader in reception. So today's information session is more beneficial for you as parents and carers, but obviously if the children would like to watch as well, then they're more than welcome to. Today's information session is going to be going through some of our daily routines in reception and also some of the key things that you need to know about how we work as a year band and also as a school. So we'll touch on things like forest school, PE, swimming, attendance, and there's also a few other members of staff towards the end of the video that you're going to meet. Now these are members of staff that we work really closely with in reception, but you'll also get to know them whilst you're with us throughout the whole of the school journey. I'm going to start by introducing you to the teachers in reception, but we've also got a large team of people who work with us to support the children. You'll get to meet our teaching assistant in a few weeks' time. So, our class teachers in reception are myself, Miss Lebesque, we've got Mrs Faulkner, Mrs Butcher, Miss Lewis and Miss Lenton. Now we work really closely as a team, and as I said, there are many other members of staff that work with us as well. Okay, so now's the time to pause the video to go and get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and get a notepad in case you feel like taking any notes. The video will stay on YouTube though, so if you feel like you need to come back and rewatch it at any point, it'll be there for you to do that. So let's get into talking you through what reception looks like at Franche. However, please do bear in mind that things are slightly different at the moment. As a school, we're doing everything we can to communicate with parents, and we'll continue to do this throughout the summer holidays if necessary, so that you're ready to start with us in September.
You will be greeted by your class teacher at your new classroom door. The class teacher will meet the parents at the door and be available for a chat or to answer any questions that you may have. We would like the children to come into the classroom independently, so we ask that parents say goodbye to the children at the door, give them a big cuddle and a squeeze, and allow them to come into the classroom by themselves. Don't worry, we have plenty of tissues for the first day.
Each child has their very own peg in their cloakroom and drawer. On their peg and drawer is a label with their name and a picture. This picture will be the same picture that they had that they came to our Franche nursery. If your child didn't come to our Franche nursery, don't worry, they will have been allocated a picture. Children can keep their coat and their bag on their peg. This includes their PE kits. Please make sure everything has a label in it, just in case things fall off and they get in a muddle. Children can keep their cardigans and their book bags in their drawer. Each classroom has their own drinks tray for children to store their own drinks. So to summarise, your child needs to bring with them each day a coat, their book bag and a drink, and a packed lunch if they're not having a school hot dinner.
We then get busy and start our day with the register, talking about what day it is and a carpet time input with either a literacy or maths focus. After that we go into free flow activities where the children are able to explore the whole reception unit. They may decide to play in their own classroom, go into the central area or even head outside to our outdoor classroom. Delivery of early years framework remains much like nursery. This includes child-initiated activities to support our topic and objectives, as well as group carpet times.
Throughout the morning, teachers will be busy playing with your children, reading with them and completing focused activities. During the first term, we will carry out some informal assessments with the children in literacy and maths. This way, we can ensure that we plan effectively for their needs. These assessments will also let us know where your child needs to begin in terms of their reading. When we feel the children have settled, they will be able to bring books home and read with you.
So we have our very own reception restaurant in the central area, and the children are able to access this during free flow time. This means that they can help themselves to any of the fruits and the healthy foods available. We also provide milk for all of the children, so if they'd like to help themselves to milk throughout the day, that's also there. We do ask for a small contribution of £1 per child per week. This enables us to buy different types of food and also to do cooking with the children throughout the year. So after a busy morning exploring all of the wonderful activities in reception and having a healthy snack, we then work together as a team to tidy up. We do have a couple of songs that are personal favourites in reception for tidying. My favourite has got to be the Tidy Up Rumba, which you can find on YouTube. Once we're tidy, we settle down for a phonics session before lunch. There'll be more information coming out soon about how you can support your child at home with phonics.
So, we've had a busy morning playing and exploring in reception, which means it's now time for lunch. We eat our lunch in the lower school hall, which you will have seen in our Welcome to Reception video. The children are welcome to either bring a healthy packed lunch or they're entitled to a free hot dinner. Packed lunches and hot dinners eat together in the hall. During the first week, the class teachers and teaching assistants will eat in the hall with the children to encourage them to eat their food and to help them if necessary.
In order to make lunchtime as easy as possible, you can help us in a number of ways. You might want to spend some time talking to your child about the food they like and dislike. You can also help by choosing the menu choices together. Now is a prime time to encourage children to use a knife and fork as well, and practicing this over the summer. We often find that if children see their friends eating certain foods, they want to try them too. Plus, our hot dinners are free.
If you choose for your child to have a packed lunch, please ensure that you're including healthy food items that are easy for the children to open and to eat by themselves or with as little help as possible. This may mean practicing opening yogurts over the summer. Please be ensured that we are there to help if they can't quite do it independently. It is essential that you know we are a nut-free school and children cannot bring any nut-based products to school. Once the children have finished their lunch, they will then go onto the playground and will be playing with the teaching assistants and lunchtime supervisors.
After lunch, we head back into the classrooms to do the register and have some carpet time before going into free flow. In the afternoons, we like to get creative and enjoy all of the fun activities that Franche has to offer. This includes Forest School.
At Franche, we're really lucky to have our very own Forest School. We've got two wonderful Forest School leaders, Dan the Forest School man and Jodie. You'll have seen both of their faces in our virtual tour of reception. We have regular Forest School sessions with both Jodie and Dan, where the children get to go down to the forest and explore their own learning. We do provide wellies and waterproof overalls for the children. However, if you've got wellies at home that you'd like your child to wear when it's their Forest School session, you can send these to school as long as they're named and in a named bag as well. We also recommend that you send in a pair of socks, just in case any water seeps into their wellies. Please do be prepared for your child to come back a little bit muddy once they've been in the forest. But don't worry, this is a sign that they've had a great time and they've enjoyed exploring their own learning. You might like to send your child to school wearing an old coat when it's their Forest School day. This just means that their new coat won't get muddy and mucky. We work on a rota basis for Forest, and your class teacher will let you know when we're doing Forest School so that you've got everything ready and prepared.
Along with Forest School, we are really lucky to have our very own swimming pool on site. We take the reception children swimming every week. For some children, this is really exciting, but we also know for others it's quite scary. Please know that as teachers, we go into the swimming pool with the children to help them settle and show them it's actually lots of fun. We start off with fun swim sessions with lots of toys so we can enjoy being in the pool, splashing each other and splashing the teachers. For swimming, your child will need a swimming costume, a towel and a swimming hat if they have their ears pierced. We will need written consent if your child would like to wear goggles in the pool. We provide all the buoyancy aids so you don't have to worry about purchasing those.
We also have regular PE lessons. Your child will get changed on their own into their PE kit. This consists of a Franche blue PE t-shirt, some navy blue shorts and some PE pumps. We really encourage independence here at Franche, and we celebrate when children maybe put their t-shirt on backwards because they've done it on their own. We're always here to help them and show them the correct way. When your child begins in reception, your class teacher will inform you of the day that they are allocated to do PE. Please bring in their PE kit and you can leave it in school for the half term. Please make sure it's in a name bag and all individual items are also named.
Everything your child brings to school must be named. It is important to regularly check that the named parts of your children's items are still visible, as sometimes pen can wash or rub off. This includes hats, gloves, shoes, PE kits, drink bottles, coats, everything.
So after a lovely day at school, we're all tired out and ready to go home. The children will collect all of their home things and be ready at the door for 3 p.m. when you arrive. Parents are asked to collect from the same external doors that you drop off at in the morning. Again, class teachers are available after school once the children have been dismissed, should you need to discuss anything. Please note, if a different person is going to collect your child, you must inform the office before the end of the day. A password can be set up with your teacher at the start of the new academic year. If an unexpected person turns up at the door to collect your child, we cannot let your child go due to our safeguarding policy. Let teachers or TAs know a password if necessary.
Please bear with us to start with, as it does take some time for us to become familiar with all of your faces. As you can imagine, there are 30 parents, carers, aunties, uncles, grannies and granddads to get used to. As Mrs Butcher said, we have a password system at Franche and we may have to ask you for the password when you collect your child. Please don't take any offence to this. It's just to ensure that your child is safe and they're going home with the right person. So once your child joins with us at Franche, it's your responsibility to make sure they attend school and are on time every day. It's known that good attendance leads to good progress and outcomes in school. If your child's late just 10 minutes every day to school, that adds up throughout the academic year to 1.5 weeks of time off school. As you can imagine, that's quite a lot of time that they're missing. We do recognise that sometimes, despite the best laid plans, you might be running late to school. If this is the case and the school gates are locked, just make your way to the main entrance where Mrs Ellis, the attendance officer, will meet you and sign your child in. They'll then be collected by a member of staff from the lower school and taken back to reception. If your child has a medical appointment, we do ask for these to be made out of school hours. However, we know that this isn't always possible. If they have an appointment which falls in school time, please just take a copy of the appointment letter to the main school office, where it will be copied and used to authorise your child's absence. If your child is unwell and cannot attend school, it's your responsibility to make sure that you've made us aware. You can do this by either using the parent mail system or calling the school office and selecting option 1 to go through to the attendance line. This should be done no later than 9:30 on the first day of their absence. When reporting an absence, please give as much detail as possible about the illness and also an estimation of when the child will be back at school again. If we don't hear from you and your child hasn't come to school, either the safeguarding team or the attendance officers will be in touch to find out where the child is and to check in that you're all okay. If we're unable to get through to you, then a home visit may be conducted. Once your child reaches the statutory school age, by law, there's no reason that they should be taken out of school for unauthorised absences. As a school, we have to work with the guidance from the Department for Education and we have no discretion to authorise leave unless it's deemed exceptional circumstances by the head teacher. We do appreciate that holidays are cheaper during term time, however this doesn't fall into the exceptional circumstances category. Should you request and subsequently take leave from school, you may be fined by the local authority. To request leave, please obtain a form from the upper school office. Simply complete the form and return it to school and the school will be back in touch about whether your absence has been approved or denied. As a school, we're very keen to work with families to ensure that every child has the wonderful opportunities that we can provide at Franche. If there are any issues that may affect your child's attendance, simply speak to your child's class teacher or Mrs Ellis and we'll be more than happy to help. Now, as I said at the start of the video, there are a few other people that I'd like you to meet. These are members of staff that we work really closely with in reception.
Hi everyone, my name's Miss Cross and my role at Franche is Special Educational Needs Coordinator. Now that's sometimes shortened as SENCO, but in simple terms my role involves supporting children who may be finding things a little bit tricky in school. Now that could be from an academic perspective, it may be physically, could be emotionally or socially. But I work really closely with the reception team to make sure that every child's individual needs are met through the provision that we provide in school. The level of support or provision that we put in place for each child will depend based on their individual needs. Now it could be that a child needs something very small, like a change to their classroom environment, or it could be that they need something a little bit more focused. Now in reception we run lots of little groups that are called interventions. Now these interventions work to help the children in that group make accelerated progress in one specific area. For For example, that could be phonics or numbers to 10, or things like developing sentence structure or their listening skills. Another really key part of my role is that I work very closely with a wide variety of external agencies. As a school, we've developed really good relationships with lots of external professionals, and in turn, we're able to access guidance for any children that need that little bit more support. One of the teams you may hear or see lots of in reception is the speech and language therapy team. Now, it's becoming increasingly more common for children to develop difficulties with speech, language and communication needs in their early years. So as a school, we've invested hugely in making sure that we're able to address these needs and overcome them as early as possible. Now, in a moment, I'm going to pass you over to Emma and Sarah, who are lead therapists for our main school therapy team. In the meantime, if you've got any questions or you'd like to know anything more about the provision that we provide at Franche, feel free to call or email the school office and ask to be directed to me. I look forward to meeting you all in September.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emma.
And we're part of the speech and language therapy team at Franche Primary. If your child has been known to our early years team, then we'll be seeing your child when they enter reception and supporting them at Franche Primary.
So at Franche Primary School, every child is supported to develop their speech, language and communication skills. And in reception, lots of things are happening to help children to develop their talking and their understanding and their listening and their words and their sounds. So children are supported in the class all together, and then for some children who might have very specific targets to work on, they'll probably be seen in a small group by one of our trained teaching assistants, and we're down in reception ourselves on a regular basis.
If your child is not currently known to us but you have some concerns about their speech, their language or their communication, then get in touch with Miss Cross and we'll be able to have a chat about how we can best support your child.
So we look forward to meeting all of you in the autumn term. We'll see you then.
Hello Franche families, my name is Mrs Woodward and I am the designated safeguarding lead at Franche. Sometimes I'm called the DSL, or safeguarding lead for short. My role in school is to keep children safe and to prevent any harm coming to them on school site, at home or out in the community. A large part of my role is early help, which involves supporting families at the earliest opportunity as soon as a problem arises and to stop it escalating any further. Sometimes this can be as simple as a cup of tea and a chat, or it might be signposting families to more specific support, housing or the school's nursing service. Sometimes families need more targeted support, and in this case we work with targeted family support or a social worker. These conversations or any support that's put in place is kept very confidential. It's not common knowledge across school, and information is only shared with a class teacher so that they can support your child in the best way possible. Safeguarding is also an integral part of the curriculum, where children will learn about a variety of safeguarding issues, including computing and e-safety, and this again helps to keep themselves safe. We work closely with our local PCSOs, who are the Police Community Support Officers, who deliver a range of age-appropriate sessions throughout the school. In the lower school, this might include stranger danger, people who help us, or personal safety, like road safety and water safety as an example. There's lots of information on our safeguarding page on our school website to signpost families to different support agencies. But families are very welcome to phone me for a chat, to talk through any concerns, and we can put support in place at the earliest opportunity. So please feel free to give me a call if you need any help whatsoever. Thank you.
Thank you for watching today's information session. I know it's been quite lengthy, but as I said, the video will stay on YouTube should you want to rewatch any parts of it again. Take care and we hope to see you all soon. Bye!